So IBM has had this problem, and I just mentioned that we're a mature company, $100 billion in I don't know how many hundreds of countries, and was trying to run it in the same way, running North America in the same way as Bulgaria or Kazakhstan or other small operations for IBM. Some are branches, some were some delivery centres, some genuine operations, but in a completely different scale. So we could not move fast enough in those markets. IBM had taken a view that if it concentrated on the mature markets, then it could be exposed to not achieving the right sort of growth and change in the company. So it was very heavily focused on moving towards the BRIC markets and other markets for all the reasons that Alan mentioned about the size and scale. So it's introduced a new operational unit which operates off different principles than IBM, even though it has the same finance, back office and HR and financial systems and so on. But it operates on a different model with different rules, different characteristics, different management system to enable it to move at speed. So a deal that needs a program that in Bulgaria is going to be of a different scale, it's going to be different size, it's going to be different customers, it's going to be in a different language, it's going to need different skills to deliver, maybe from outside the country, not just bringing somebody in from the local office. So these things have to be done in a different way. So I'm a sort of a believer that if you're running everything through the same system, you'll get the answer you're looking for. So you need to have a system that is perhaps multiple systems. In saying that, still running a corporation, still running a set of statutory accounts and a set of investors and all the rest of it that need to be brought together in some shape or other, but it can't be the same all the way down. So you need in my view, a different set of systems and processes to handle it.
Well, I think the role from a chief executive perspective in this sort of case is you've got to ask the right sort of questions. You've got to peel back the onion. It's not just, obviously, you get the data that will give them the answer that they want from you, and that's where experience and some know-how comes in. You've got to be able to ask the right questions. And I think key, if it's taking you away from your strategy, alarm bells should start to ring. Why is that? Is that because the strategy we've got is not good enough, or it's weak in certain areas? But it all comes down to the type of question that you're going to really put the team through at that point.
I was trying to think of a story to sort of illustrate the point of imperfect data and imperfect gut feel. We launched Costa now has a loyalty card, which some of you may hope have. And this seemed to be a good gut feel. This seemed to be a good idea, going back 3 or 4 years ago. So we did some market research. It turned out in the London area and the southeast. And we did some research. We said, what do you think about this? And then we added, because of the research, we added the whistle of stored value, i.e. you load up the card by 10, 20, 30 pounds and you don't have to pay each time you go in. The market research seemed pretty good on that around here. Then we did a test market up in Scotland, and it absolutely bombed. The Scots do not like giving you their money before they get the product. Maybe down here we're used to it with Oyster cards and things like that, but it completely bombed. So we spent another year sort of reorganising the systems to be able to do that. Then we launched it nationally, and the target was to have 1 million card users, and within 6 months we had 3 million. But it took us, that was quite a story of getting it there to make sure we had the right formula.
I think Arind's comment about good questions is very, very important. One of the things the CEO has to be able to do is get the questions in the right spot at the right time. It gets everybody thinking. It sets the tone for, if it's imperfect data and imperfect gut feel, everybody's looking to you. Alan said it before, when you're in the room and everybody's looking at you to say, what the hell? People aren't sure. They're looking to you to say, what should we be focused on? So I think you got to be real clear in the direction that, through questioning, what kinds of information you want to get out.